Okay, look what just arrived by courier today. Yeah, it's a solar panel. And in fact, it's another broken solar panel that I bought cheap from Trade Me. You know, I kind of said, oh, I don't really want any more broken panels after I fix the last two that I've got, which you can see the videos of course. But this one was such a good deal. I thought, you know, why not? I'll bid on it, and I won. Yeah, I wanted to film the packet before I undo it because Solar Man from Cell Power has done such a good job of packaging it. I sort of wanted to just capture that before I tear it open. I'm not going to film myself actually opening the box. I'm just going to open it and then show you what's inside, show you the damage, and then talk a little bit about it. So obviously what I do with this panel will be much the same as what I've done with my other two bigger broken panels, but I've got to open it of course and see that it survived the courier ride. It should have, with all this nice cardboarding and stuff on here. It's on the back. See, oh, much of a muchness really, more cardboard, more. He's used some thick layers. I actually told him, don't go to too much trouble, mate. I said, just slap a bit of old wood across the broken side, or a couple of layers of cardboard, and that'll be fine. You know, it's already, you know, shattered. Obviously, we don't want it to fall apart, but you know, it's not going to shatter again, is it? But he's done a tremendous job, eh? But anyway, I'll open it up and we'll take a look-see. Okay, here's the panel out of the box. It took me a bit to get all that packaging off, but it's off. And as you can see, it is clearly shattered. Random shattering, but here's the epicenter here. Wow, bits of little glass shards. Doesn't appear as damaged as my other two that I fixed. It's not really punctured, it's only really just had a concentrated force on that point there, which is sort of radiated out as such breakages do. There's lots of bits of glass here which are relatively unbroken, and amazingly even in this area just around it. It's a funny shatter, whereas my other panels are sort of more evenly broken up, but maybe it, I don't know, maybe it didn't sustain a force onto it, maybe it just fell off something and hit a corner or something in this force. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'll probably never be told what actually caused it to break, but it's unimportant. It's a polycrystalline panel. It's obviously a 12 volt nominal panel. It's 36 cells strapped into lines of 18 series, negative pole here, blah 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 series, coupled across here, and there'll be a tap in the middle there. No doubt there'll be two diodes strung between, well, diode between there and there, and a diode between there and there. Bypass diodes, not blocking diodes, and there's the negative pole there. So opening up the case in the back, we can access the voltage across those diodes and check whether everything's a-okay. Now, you know, people often sell, well, not often sell these, but when they do sell broken panels, they often test the open circuit voltage, looks good, test the short circuit current, looks good, and they go, oh, it's broken, mate, but you know, there's nothing really wrong with it, it still goes really well, mate, you know. Well, that can be a bit misleading actually, because as I've explained in my previous videos on working with broken panels, so I won't go into it now, but let's just suffice to say that measuring the short circuit current and the open circuit voltage is not good enough to know whether it is still putting out its proper charging current, or charging wattage we should say, which is the more important thing. There'll be better tests we can do to determine that, and of course if there is a problem, we've got ways and means of fixing it. Okay, so yeah, did I say it was a Newton power? I can't remember. Newton power, 22.58 volts open circuit, short circuit current at 8.41 amps, seems pretty meaty. I don't know if I've ever had a panel achieve its short circuit, I don't know, 140 watts, maximum power point 7.95, yeah, right, yeah, it's a big panel, so it's going to put out a few juicies, eh? Oh, I figure rule of thumb, 100 watt panel on a sunny day, you're going to get about half a unit out of it, you know, if you're storing it. So this should do that easily, and for the money I paid for it, which was $69, $44 for the panel and the remainder for the shipping. I think I got a pretty good deal. I'll have to buy a can of clear coat and spray it all down. I don't think there's any real need to do any siliconing, because this is pretty small. A heavy spray into there of the clear coat should be enough. This is sort of uphill, so the water will drain away from it. And we'll be able to put it up, but I'll show that more when I get around to it. I won't be putting this up till probably next week, because I've got a few other things that are more pressing at the moment to do, and I've got to go into Levin and get a can of clear coat at any rate, or Palmerston North, wherever I get to first. So that's basically the guts of that. The new solar panel, cheap, you know, cheap and nasty. But you know, well, it won't be so nasty if it produces the power, will it? There's plenty of things I could rant on about this. The way I see it is, if you buy a panel like this and you do the clear coating and you do that, you can't expect it to live up to its manufactured expected lifespan of 20 to 25 years. I don't think you'll get that out of them. I don't know how much you'll get out of one. Possibly more if you redo the clear coating periodically. But what I'm thinking is that, well, for me, a cheap panel gets me off the grid faster. The faster I'm off the grid, the more money I'm putting back in my pocket instead of giving to the grid people, which means I've got more money to upgrade my system. So, you know, in a couple of years this might come off on a brand new whopping 140 watt panel, might go in its place, you know, and I might flick it off for someone else to play with. It might not have the capacity it has now, but you know, whatever. Or it may not. That may not be the case 10 years from now. This might still be kicking it out. Who knows? There we go. That'll do.